All right, so everyone at some points in life wants some kind of change, want to reinvent themselves, or they just want a new chapter in their life. And guys, I feel like I'm approaching one of those moments in my own life. And in January 2027, I plan to finally officially move out. And I kind of want to just take you guys along through my thought process and everything really I'm just considering as I prepare for my move. So come on, let's hang out today. All right, for context, I moved out 3 times in my life. The catch is, all of them have been for college. And another catch is that college was like 20 minutes away from home. So did that really count as moving out? You know, I could really just go home whenever I needed something, whenever I needed support from my parents or just hang out with friends. Everything was still so accessible. So yeah, this feels different, you know? It's like an actual move. It's exciting. So when it comes to apartment hunting, these are the things that I feel like are pretty important to consider. Probably the most important thing is budget. You know, I'm not trying to go broke just to live and move out somewhere else. So what does that mean? Well, I have to consider things like, should I live alone or should I live with roommates? I, of course, would prefer to live alone, but there are some pros to living with roommates, you know? It would probably push me to go outside my comfort zone, do things I wouldn't usually do alone. I've come to the conclusion that either one of those options would lead to equal growth. So does the apartment complex have an elevator access or is it just stairs? You know, then we have stuff like transportation. So as you know, in Jersey, it's normal to drive cars to get wherever you want to go. But in the city areas, Jersey City, Brooklyn, Manhattan, wherever I end up, you know, public transportation is a pretty normal thing around there. So I got to consider, should I get a new whip while I'm over there or should I learn how to get around using public transportation? And I'm not gonna lie, I do not know how to use the subway at all. Nope. Something you guys got to consider if you want to move to city areas as well. So yeah. Then we got distance from the people I love. Is it too far or is it just right to make it work? Does it got in-unit laundry? I realized when looking at places in Brooklyn, Manhattan, even Jersey City, that in-unit laundry could be rare. And for me, that's important to have. I'm not trying to walk to a laundromat, walk with my heavy ass basket to the basement. I'm trying to have it in my unit, ready to go. So if that's important to you, make sure you look out for that. So yeah, get me down from here. All right, guys, so it's time for the location options. So the 3 places I've been considering moving to are Brooklyn, Jersey City, and Manhattan. So why I love Brooklyn is 1, it's like Manhattan minus all the chaos and all that. Every time I go to Brooklyn, it's like a calm vibe, but it still has that like different feel that you're not in Jersey. I went to a creative mixer there recently and I met some pretty awesome creatives over there, so it just gave me hope. It's cheaper than Manhattan, but just a little bit more pricier when compared to Jersey City. How about you, Jersey City? I'm glad you asked. Well, Jersey City, let's talk about it. Jersey City, 1, it's still in Jersey, so you get the best of both worlds. You can have easy access to New York, Manhattan, while still likely being able to have a car and drive back home to visit friends and family. Another main benefit is that it's cheaper. It's cheaper than the other 2 options. Let's get it straight here. You're gonna be saving a lot of money and you're gonna get more bang for your buck when it comes to living in Jersey City. The only con I can think of is that it's really just gonna be a place where you kind of just sleep. You know, I feel like I'm gonna be mainly commuting or just doing stuff in the city and Brooklyn. So yeah, that's my main fear. Jersey City is just gonna become a place where I'm barely at. What about you, Manhattan? Thank you, JC. Let's talk about Manhattan. Manhattan, come on. It's the main place to be. It's where you're probably gonna commute the most from JC, from Brooklyn, from wherever to be. All the creatives, all the YouTubers are over there already. There's a lot to do over there, a lot of parks, a lot of places to shoot, a lot of people to connect with. They're mostly located in Manhattan. So that would be the main thing. Obviously, the main cons, it's a little more chaotic than Brooklyn and JC. So if you're not used to hearing a lot of noise 24/7, brace yourself for that. And another thing would be the cost. That would honestly be the main thing. Manhattan rent is no joke. I've been doing my research and yeah, it's crazy. It's practically impossible to live alone. So don't even consider that unless you're like balling. But if I had to choose one that I'm leaning towards the most as of right now, it would probably be Brooklyn. I also happen to be a big Brooklyn Nets fan. So it only makes sense. How do I feel? Terrified. You know, I'm gonna be living in a whole new environment. I've always lived in the burbs my whole life.
Yeah.
I even used to live in an RV, if you didn't know. I used to live in them campgrounds with my family. You know, it's funny because I used to hate New York City. I remember my dream was to actually go to California. I would always tell my family, my friends, you know, one day I'm gonna live in California, that's the dream. But now, I think it just has something to do with my current life right now, my current age. I just wanna be surrounded by a lot of driven people. And I think I just have grown to realize that New York has a lot of what I'm looking for. And it's just funny because when I was younger, I would go to New York with my family. I would complain about the sketchy people, the smell, the sketchy people. I did not fuck with it. But probably in the last 2 to 3 years, as I started meeting more creatives over there, just like going there more often. I don't know how to describe it. I know I talk about this a lot in some of my videos, but New York just has a different energy. It's like very real, very like, people are just like passionate about different things. They're not afraid to be themselves and they're not trying to be someone they're not. And I like that. And I feel like that's the kind of energy I need to surround myself with, especially at this age, because, you know, I want to set myself up for the rest of my life, for my later 20s and my 30s as well. It's still far away. It's like more than half a year away, but you know, I started thinking about it more. It's kind of bittersweet, you know, but I think it's more of, I know only good things can come out of it. You know, I always feel like I have more character development due for me, and I feel like I always delay opportunities that may put me outside my comfort zone, help me grow into the person I want to be, because, you know, I'm in a very comfortable space, you know, and I feel like once I finally put myself out there, put myself in this new environment where I'm forced to do things that I don't usually do for myself, finally take action on the things I've been putting off for so long. Yeah, I feel like only good things can come out of it. But yeah, I'll take you through the whole process of, you know, preparation mentally and doing everything I need to do before that day comes. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped for some of you who are, you know, maybe in the same space, trying to move out soon, maybe even to a city. And if you are, maybe I'll see you there. So peace, I'll see you next week. Good night, guys. You think this is funny, huh? Help me down right now. I could feel this thing breaking. Help me.